We did this last week, so we'll go over the short vowels. All right, we'll go over the short vowels, inshallah, on page 14. And today we will do the long vowels. The long vowels will help us see how does the word look, the letter look, how does the letter look connected. Okay, so the short vowels. The first one, let's go from right to left. A, page 14. Page 14. Yeah. A, I, U. A, I, U. Good. Ba, bi, bu. Ta, ti, tu. So the letter ta sounds t, t. The letter ba sounds b. So this is called in Arabic harakat. Harakat is that which is movement, right? Haraka. This is haraka. And then sukun is that which prevents the movement, right? So for example, when you have sukun, the letter sounds as it originally sounds. Ba is the name with sukun b. Ta is the name with sukun with the circle on top, right? With the circle on top is t, right? So here when you put the three vowels, so sukun is considered a vowel, but is the one that prevents the vowel from functionality, right? That's what it is. The sukun prevents. This is the definition. That which prevents the vowel, the haraka, from functionality. And then the vowels are three, which is the line on top, which is a, the fatha, right? The fatha, let me just. And can we turn off the middle light if we can, just so it can. Let's see if we can. I believe the sides are not the other one. There we go. Yes, it's okay, inshallah. Almost the same. No. We need it. We need it here. It's okay, inshallah. So I'll move over maybe a little bit, just so. Yeah, much better. Okay. Most important is the screen, not me.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you said sukun, and what was the other one? Sukun.
Sukun is.
You were asking about haraka, right?
Yeah, I just would like you to reiterate what sukun and the other one is.
Okay, so I'll write them down just so that we can have them as well.
Thank you.
Inshallah. Let's see this markers. So we have. This isn't working. This is sukun. This is. Fatha. Better in. Right now, we'll take it easy on you and write it in transliteration. And then once you get to read words, then we'll write it in word format. So it's sukun. Right, fatha goes on top of the line. And then kasra. Kasra. And dhamma. So the fatha, the sukun, here we have the fatha, which is the line on top. We have the kasra, which is the line under the letter. Okay, kasra. Sometimes this kasra here, you will find this in a word? Laying down? Yes.
Is the shadda
Thumma. So what you do is you hold on the letter because there's two. What does this mean? Fa, mim, mim. This into one mim with a little three on top. This like this top of the letter. That's called the shadda. That's called the shadda, which is like three. Okay, so the shadda means that there is two letters, two of that letters. So the vowel, yes.
So the word shadda in Arabic, right, script, actually has its shadda in it. Is that right? If you wrote that in Arabic script, would you see the little?
Mhm.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like this.
It is itself.
This is done. Yeah, so for example, the word shadda, two are out of order, right? This is out of order. Sometimes they're out of order and they're put back in the storage thing, right? Okay, so shadda. Shadda. You see? So there's two that
Connected with the shadda.
so basically whenever there's a shadda you put the vowel, everything works within the shadda, right? So you put the vowel on top of the shadda.
also a vowel, or is that something?
No, the shadda means that there is two of the same letter.
So it's not.
Okay? Like for example, look. Like for example, you look up and down. So it's like it interrupts the reading. So in Arabic what they will do is they will put it like this, like I mentioned here. The shadda and the kasra. Under. So when you have the line under the shadda, that means is a kasra and is not a fatha. You see this?
Yeah.
Under and on top. And then the dhamma is the same thing, three on top as well. Okay? So the kasra by itself, so the kasra learns to know what letters go on top of the line, what letters go under the line, and that we'll practice with the writing. Okay? So
Okay.
is this clear? This is good? Yes.
Just to clarify, so whenever there's a shadda, right, it is just a shortcut, but in actuality, it could be like you have it there, tumma.
So in Arabic, they never write it like that. That the shadda is there, right?
Oh,
now
okay.
the Arabs, you see, in the past, the Arabs will know this by default, right? Because the Arabs were known for being poets, right? Even before the Quran, so they were more orators. They used to just poetry, improvise poetry. So there weren't a lot of them didn't know how to read or write, right? They were just oral expression, right? So that's why the Quran was revealed in this way, right? And the poets, they would know this by the way they spoke. They will understand it. Later on, so for example, when the Quran began to be revealed, it began to be revealed to a person who didn't know how to read or write. So the poets they couldn't accuse him of being a poet because he didn't know how to read or write, and he wasn't known for being a poet during his time, right? So then comes, so this is why the Quran also addresses the Arabs and their circumstances, but also it addresses the general world. It doesn't specify that it wasn't only for Arabs. So it's more. So for example, the Quran has a similar format as poetry as well. So for example, the poems they have different aghrad, different themes, right? Different themes. So these themes, the Arabs, they would not have an intermission to change the themes, right? It will be like they would talk about the heavens and the stars and the moon and everything that's up in the heavens, right? All of a sudden they will change the subject and start talking about their camel and the description of their camel and how reliable is their camel, because it takes them from across the Arabian Peninsula, because they used to have land in the other side of the, and seasonal, they will go to that land to, and then all of a sudden they will change the subject and talk about war, because in the process of going from this part of the land to the other part of the land, they will get into a fight with a particular tribe, and they will talk about the pride of their tribe and this, and then all of a sudden, because they're traveling through the desert and they have time to reflect, all of a sudden they will switch the topic and they will start talking about women, and they will the woman, and the eyes, the eyelashes of the woman look like the eyelashes of the gazelle, etc., etc., etc. So you see this switching like this. The Quran is similar to وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا, and the heavens and who raised it up, وَالْأَرْضَ وَمَا طَحَاهَا, and the earth who made it flat. Allah also said, أَفَلَا يَنظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Do they not see how I created the camel? وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ, and how I raised up the heavens. وَإِلَى الْجِبَالِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ, and the mountains, how I put them as pegs in the earth. وَإِلَى الْأَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ, and how I made the earth flat. فَذَكِّرْ, so remember, because the reminder only benefits you. So you see how the Quran addresses them. So they were amazed that they couldn't accuse Muhammad for being a poet, because he was known for his character. So the reason I'm saying this is then later on, the Arabs, they knew how to utilize the Arabic language and the grammar and all that. In the time of the cousin of the Prophet came the first time that they compiled a book on grammar, in a book format. When the Prophet died, the first Qurans didn't have vowels, because they knew the usage of it, right? But the problem with one vowel is that it changes the whole meaning of a word. It has the same format, and I will explain later on. But now, so when the Prophet died, Abu Bakr was the first one to compile the Quran, to order for the Quran to be compiled into a book format. Then after Abu Bakr died, and Omar, the next leader, Uthman, in that time, Islam already spread to different lands. So the people didn't know the language, right? So they began to make mistakes in the recitation of the Quran, right? And if you change a word, it means totally different, right? And even one word, the same word, means a different meaning in the same verse. In the same verse, one word, like for example, Surah Yusuf, the story of Joseph, when he was tempted, right? When he was tempted by the wife of the Aziz, right? Now, in the Quran it says, وَهَمَّتْ bihi, and she desired him, right? وَهَمَّتْ biha. If you translate it literally, and he desired her. But that doesn't coincide with what we know of the story, right? So the meaning in this verse, it means, and she pushed towards him, and he pushed away from her. But they use the same word to mean different, right? So sometimes some people translate literally. So what happens in the time of Uthman, is that because of the mistakes that were taking place, Uthman ordered the same scribe of Abu Bakr, who was the same scribe of the Prophet Muhammad, Zayd ibn Thabit, to lead a group to compile the Quran, to compile 7 volumes of the Quran, all right, and to add the vowels. A, I, U, Ba, Bi, Bu. So in the time of Uthman, these vowels were put to make it easier for anybody to read.
So the vowels were always there, but it wasn't utilized.
They knew how to use it.
Okay.
Right? But because that was their language, right?
Right.
And then in the time of, yes.
So the poets, they never wrote, right?
They wrote.
Okay.
They wrote. There are some that wrote. Like for example, there is a famous book, writings which were written before the Quran, but because they didn't, because a lot of the Arabs, they also had this, they had also the beliefs in Abraham and monotheism and all that. So what happens is some of these writings did not contradict the beliefs of Abraham and so on. So these writings, you know where they were? They were these poems. They were written. They were hung on the walls of the Kaaba. And they're called the 7 mu'alaqat, the 7 odis. If you look up 7 odis, you will have writings about it in Amazon in English. The 7 odis that were hung by the Kaaba. And you will see, you will get to know about and this is important, to know that this, to understand the literal, the literal richness of the Quran, to understand it. Many do not understand it, even Muslims. Many do not understand it because they don't understand the past. They don't understand the literature of the past. What was the whole makeup of it. We only maybe realize what was before the Prophet and why did this history and these good things as well. I mean, I study this as a whole subject, and it really benefited me. And this is after being maybe 13 years as a Muslim, this benefited me. I'm like, wow, I didn't know this. So importance needs to be laid on these things, on language, literature. So this is where the vowels come into place. That as we recorded from a religious perspective, they came during the time of Uthman. They were put under yes. Tabadil, exchange, dialogues with your friend.
Okay.
Like in the example. So this is these are the examples.
So exchange,
Hiwar, conversation, dialogue. Yeah. So
with
one
your
will
colleague.
be T and one number 2. 1 and 2.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So that's the story about all of that just to get to the vowels, right? Just to get to, yes.
Just going back to that, so sukoon, how do you pronounce that? Or you just
So
come to a
sukoon,
stop?
no, the letter sounds. The letter sounds as its original by itself. So like A, B, B, right? No, in English, right? T, 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 right? So it sounds as it does. So now, so let us proceed with this, inshallah. Let us proceed with the vowels. We have on page 14. So A, I, U. Let's repeat it after me. A, I, U. Good. Ba, bi, bu. Good. So what you do is you look at it, you point at it, you and you say it after me. Okay. So those ta, ti,
T,
tu.
two,
Good. Tha,
tha,
thi,
thi,
thu.
thu,
Good. Ja,
ja,
ji,
ji,
ju.
ju.
Brother Mahdi. Can I ask you a favor?
Yes, sir.
ممكن تساعدهم في التدريبات؟
Yeah.
Okay, Brother Amshad. Brother Mahdi, inshallah, will also assist, inshallah. Jade? So this is free of charge, okay? This is.
Does mumkin mean is it possible?
Mumkin, yeah. Would you? Mumkin, would you? Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay. Urdu takes that one
Yeah.
too.
Okay, so the next one is Ja, Ji, Ju.
Ja, ji, ju.
Good. Ha,
Ha,
Hi,
he,
Hu.
hu.
Good. The next one. Kha,
Kha,
Khi,
he,
Hu.
hu.
Good. The next one. Da,
Da,
Di,
di,
Du.
du.
Good. The next one. Tha.
Da,
So the tongue goes under the teeth, right? Tha,
da,
the,
di,
du. J. Ra,
ra,
Ri,
ri,
Ru.
ru.
Good. Za,
Za,
Zi,
zi,
Zu.
zu.
Sa,
Sa,
Si,
si,
Su.
su.
Sha,
Sha,
Shi,
shi,
Shu.
shu.
So,
Sa,
Si,
si,
Su.
su.
Good. The next line, the next column. Do, di,
di,
do.
do,
Good. To,
to,
ti,
di,
tu.
do,
Tho.
do,
So airs on both cheeks, okay? The tho,
do,
tho,
do,
the tongue under the teeth. So air, look, tho,
do,
the,
di,
look at my cheeks. See how,
di,
thu.
do.
That's the way that the letter sounds like it should. Okay, so the next one is ah. So if you put your finger here, you feel like a little vibration, like ah, ai,
I,
oh,
o,
oh. Okay, so if you feel it here, then it's coming out. Then that is deep. Ah, ai,
I,
oh,
o,
ah,
a,
ai,
I,
oh.
o.
So it's basically like let's say like you I don't know, scream, no, how can I yeah, I, oh, I, it will come, it takes time, inshallah, mate. So I, oh, this is ein, I, oh, like عمل, علم, علم, knowledge, علم, right? علم, like Abdullah. See, it's not Abdullah. It's not Abdullah, because you say Abdullah is with alif. Abdullah, Ain, Abdullah. Jade? Yes, the next one is fa,
Fa,
fi,
fi,
fu. That's lighter, right? That's easy. Fa, fi, fu.
did we do line?
Huh? Oh, ghain, sorry. Ghain. Ga,
Ga,
gi,
gi,
go.
go,
Go. Like go. It's just a little bit deeper. Gha. Like ghaib. Like, what other letter? Ghafoor. Ghafoor. Allah huwa al-Ghafoor, the forgiven. Ghafoor, God is the forgiven. Ghafoor, Ghafoor. Ghaib, الذين يؤمنون بالغيب, those who believe in the unseen. Ghaib. Ghaib is unseen. Ghaib. Ghaib. The next one is fa, fi, fu.
fa, fi, fu,
Good. Qaf, qa, qi, qu.
qa, qi, qu,
Good. So this one, mouth is kind of closed. Qa, qi, qu.
qa,
Qi, qu. Now the next letter, you smile, because it sounds similar. Ka,
ka,
ki, ku.
ku,
Ka, ki, ku. So the difference between qaf and kaf is qa, qi, ku, ka, ki, ku. Qa, ki, ku, qa, ki, ku, ka, ki, ku is light. The next one is la, li, lu. Good. The next one is ma, mi, mu.
ma, mi, mu,
Good. The next one is na, ni, nu.
na, ni, nu,
Good. The next one is ha, he, hu.
ha, he, hu,
The ha is very light. Ha, it comes from like almost the closest part of the mouth. Ha, he, hu. It doesn't go deep. Ha, he, hu.
ha, he, hu,
Okay. The next one is wa, we, wu.
wa, we, wu,
The next one is ya, yi, you.
ya, yi,
You.
you.
Good. Okay, so we're recording the class also the audio is online on the pick ISGH/Iqra, right? Let me just write it here once again. Right, so it's pick ISGH.org/Iqra. Okay? So there you will find the recording of the whole book. All right, so you look up the lesson that has the vowels so that you'll be able to review. Now let's go to page 16. So what I want you to do first of all, when you see this alif here, instead of erase the hamza that is on top of it. So let me just show you here. Let me make it bigger, right? So you see this alif here. If it has the hamza, which is the C, that's called the hamza. The hamza puts a stop. If it doesn't have a hamza, then it becomes a long vowel. So what I want you to do is I want you to do this. I want you to erase that hamza, right over it, so that it can be a long vowel. So this is, for example, like the word kitab. You see, this is a long vowel. Kitab. That's what it does. Kitab. Okay? Kitab. So the long vowel, these are the long vowels. Ya, wow. These are the three long vowels. They coincide with the fatha, fatha, kasra, e, right? E, kasra, wow, dhamma. It coincides with this, okay? So what this does is it just prolongs it. So instead of a, e, u, you add a. So the length of it is the rising of one finger. So look at my finger. So when you rise it all the way up, that's the length of it. A, e, like kitab, qala, qala, qala. Right?
Wait, is it for the long vowels?
For the long vowels.
Oh.
For this long vowels that we're doing now on from page 15 to page 19. All right, that will be the long vowels. Okay, so let us clear this and let us go back to the long vowels. Okay. Okay. So the first one is a, e, u. A, e, u. The next one is ba, bi, boo. Ba, bi, boo. Ta, ti, tu. The next one is tha, thi, thu. Good. This is easier because if you know the short vowels, then the long vowels is easier. Just prolong it a little bit. So a, e, u, a, e, u, ba, bi, boo, ba, bi, boo, ta, ti, tu, ta, ti, tu, tha, thi, thu, tha, thi, thu. Get it? So this is a little bit easier. Once you know the vowels, then it's just easy to remember. So let's do the page 16. Ja. So you see, when you're reading it, it's in the same alphabetical order. So just by knowing the alphabets in their order, you'll be able to know what letter is this. So this is the Jim. So you see the Jim, how it looks in the beginning of a word. See how the Jim looks? This is the jim in the beginning of a word. So this is what you're learning also, that the letter is in the beginning of the word in addition to the vowels and the long vowels. Those are three things: the letter, the vowel, the short vowels, and the long vowels. Right? So the letter is jim with fatha, with the line on top, ja, ja. With the long vowel, ja. Okay, so it's like you're doing addition. Jim with the short vowel, ja, with the long vowel, ja, ja, ji, ju. Okay, so it's good to also break it up in order for you to remember these, the description. The next one is ha, he, hu. Okay, that's ha. The next one is ha, ha, he, hu. Good. The next one is da, di, do. Now, something to notice, a point of important point that we need to mention, which is da, di, do. There is some letters in the Arabic language that do not connect with that which is after. One of those letters is the alif. It does not connect with that which is after. That's the way we know the difference between alif and lam. So for example, in the word kal, right? Kal, and the word kitab. This is lam because lam connects before and after. Alif connects before but doesn't connect after. Okay? So there are some letters like this. Like the dal is one of them. Dal is not connecting with the alif. The alif does connect that which is after, but the dal is like the alif, it doesn't connect with that which is after. So therefore, the da doesn't connect with the alif. So it's da, di, do. So that's something that you can mark, right? You can mark those letters that don't connect with that which is after, so that you can know how many letters do not connect, right? And then so dal is one of them. Da, di, do, da, di, do. Good. Da, di, do. Good. Now here we have three more letters, three groups of letters that don't connect. The da, the ra, the za, and the za. The da, the, ra, za. Okay. So the, lu. Say it. Good. Ra, ri, ru. Good. The next one is za, zi, zu. Good. The next one, now seen connects. Seen connects. So this is the way the seen looks in the beginning of the letters, the beginning of a word, right? So it's sa, si, su, sa, si, su. Now we go to the thick letters. Here we have, instead of one column, two columns. Okay, so we have the most all of these connect. So we have sha, she, shu. Good. Now here's the thick letters. Saw, si, su. Good. Su. The next one is do, di, do. Good. The next one is ta, ti, tu. Good. The next one is the, thu. Good. Then, are we good? Okay. The next one is, so we are on the second column, right? The, the. Good. The next one is a, oo. Good. Oo. The next one is ga, gi, gu. So we're on page 18, right? Okay. The next one is fa, fi, fu. Good. The next one is qa, qi, qu. Good. Okay, so we are, so here's qaf and kaf. Qa, qi, qu. Good. The next one is ka, ki, ku. Good. Now here is la. Here, this one, right? Now we see that this one right here. The lam, I said that it touches before and after, right? So when you see this here, how do you know which is a lam and which is an alif? So you know that if it's touching that which is after, then that means it's a lam. So the first is a lam and the second one is an alif. La. La. Li. Lu. Good. Ma. Don't worry, we're going over this, but this will go over again. You will get it. Ma. Mi. Mu. Good. The next one is na, ni, nu. Good. The next one is ha, he, who. Good. The next one is wa, we, woo. Good. The next one is ya, ye, you. Good. So we stop on page 19. So I would